Gentlemen and women, welcome. Matt Downer, Jason Reed, Lisa Smith, Billy the Goat. Why fight it? Embrace the wall. Good to have you. Maelstrom, Lone Wolf, Tomsy. I'm going to call you Tomsy. Your name's too long. MGTOW Outlaw is back. Mr. Hemi, another wrench. Good to have you guys in the chat. Let's see. So I wanted to do this video because we talk a lot about the wall. And I think the wall for men is mental. I really do. You know, men, our skin, our bodies are different. We're able to withstand a much stronger existence if we take care of ourselves. But I think the number one way we take care of ourselves is mental. You know, the wall is absolutely mental. If you don't enjoy life, you're bitter. And so when you start thinking about, hey, how can I improve? How can I get past this? It's all internal. Okay. The wall starts internally for men. We're talking, if you don't smile, if you don't enjoy life, you turn into bitterness. You allow the things to really knock you off your rocker. Self-talk is huge. You're going to go around saying you're too old to do things, or I'm not fit enough, I'm not good enough. I learned all this stuff from my father back in the day. You know, self-talk's important. Whatever comes after the word I am too old to do this, well, guess what's going to happen? It's going to pop up in your reality that you're too old. You've got to accept the fact that you can be a better person. You can get through it. I always talk about acceptance. The mental state, the wall, is undefeated with men when we don't accept that we can become better and we don't accept what we've been through. Right? Spiritual self-talk is huge. Enjoying life. The more bitterness we become, the worse it appears in our life. And so that's what I really wanted to talk about. Men's wall is internal. Woman's wall is external. And I think a lot of the issues based on if you take women and why they're upset today, they're frustrated, they're angry because they're trying to beat something that's external, which they're never going to beat, right? Good to see Mig Sigma in the house. JR's back. And Matt Downer, tear down this wall. So when you think about this, and people talk about all the time, your looks. Oh, you got to look a certain way, 6 foot tall, full head of hair, great jaw structure, great teeth, great everything. You know what? I don't know how much I believe in that. I think there's a certain percentage of women that only seek the shallow external, but there's quite a few that have in the past. I see ugly dudes with very attractive women. So that really 100% doesn't make it work. Maelstrom says, don't know if my wall is internal. I'm not as pretty as I used to be. Well, I think we all age, and we can get into that from a physical perspective of how we take care of ourselves. But I think the wall, if you really internalize this, the wall is completely inside of us. Simple as that. Men are going to lose their hair. We might get some beer bellies. We might get some wrinkles. We might not be as strong as we once were. We're not, in terms of, you know, our testosterone is going to decrease over time. So we do hit certain facets of the wall, but it's all internal in my book. I've been thinking about what keeps guys young. Look at Sammy Hagar and Bill Clinton. Has anybody seen that picture? Sammy Hagar, same age as Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton looks like a dang ghost, like a skeleton. You look at Sammy Hagar, he's been doing what he's wanted. He's been enjoying life. He's accepted his role in life. And he looks young and fun and still hanging out and doing his thing, right? Cabo Wabo style. John Boston says, good to see the legendary John. Just got back from New Hampshire. The snow cows are all coming out of the warmer weather. Dang, dude. Absolutely. CJ in the house. Good to see CJ. Torres, at what age do you start feeling old? You know, I've always said to myself, this is a very good thing. I've always said to myself that I feel like I'm still 17. Just mentally. I'm a little bit more aged but in terms of what I like to do, listen to music, see my bands, skateboard. I just still feel that. Now, can I still skateboard like I did at 17? No, but I still feel that. So I don't think I ever wanted to say, hey, I'm going to be 50 years old this year and I'm going to let a 50-year, guys that are 50 years old back in the 70s look like they're 80 today, right? Or they looked 80 back then. Matt Downer, I don't believe in extreme makeovers because men are not projects. Well said, brother. Scotty Side from Beaverton is in the house. Good to see that. So I think I answered that for you, Torres. Polska's back. Good to see Polska wrenching. Started aging on marriage day. Well, a lot of guys do. Absolutely. Look at people that get in the White House, how quick they age based off the stress, right? The wall truly only exists for man if he isn't on top of his finances. $1 million earning female who's 300 isn't the same as a 300-pound millionaire. You know, finance is another thing. Once you're mentally stable and you really accept where you're at and you enjoy life and you build yourself up mentally, then all the other things come about. You start looking at finances, getting out of debt, being a minimalist, buying quality cars and quality furniture and quality clothing that's going to last, right? You spend less than what you make is the key. JR, Bill looks surprised all the time. Well, he aged a lot with whom he married, right? Ghost Lachlan, the wall only hits men who behave like or are controlled by women. Well, that's another piece, mental and emotional. When you are the captain of your plane, when you take full responsibility, you're able to defeat some of that emotional baggage that the wall brings us down with. Well said. Matt Downer, I can't wait to check out Cabo Wabo. It's all right. I think you should go check it out. R says we can defeat the man wall by not drinking, lifting smart, and eating well. Well said, brother. The physical piece, walking, going to the gym, dieting, eating quality. And I'm not saying, look, give yourself a cheat day. Go have a hamburger. You know, go have a couple of brews. Moderation is what we're talking about. If every day you're eating McDonald's and drinking a 12-pack, it's not going to look good on you physically, on the external or your internal organs. Fasting is another huge deal. Fasting is huge. JR, I'm still skating. I got to pull my board out now that's getting good weather, JR. Be free, Asia. We only have one life. Every single day counts. Well said. Walking is probably one of the greatest things you can do physically. Walking an hour 3-4 times a week. Outside nature, even better. That's what's going to keep you breathing. That's going to keep your body moving. Your body's going to thank you for it. Most successful people that live very long lives have incorporated walking 5 out of 7 days a week. Keep doing the fasting and keep that growth hormone at a good spot. Fasting does so many things for growth hormone, for insulin, for ketones. It's amazing. McPherson G, if you keep in shape physically, your attitude stays young. I would agree with that. It definitely helps. At 21, what can I start doing now to age gracefully? Fast, drink water, stay positive. Learn how to beat the wall mentally, which is to accept life, to look at the things that have happened in your life as gifts. You know, at one point I didn't look at my divorce as a gift. I looked at it as a nightmare. Now I look at it as a gift. You know, thanks, Mysterio. Mysterio from Winnipeg. But I think, you know, I could have let the divorce age me and made me bitter and destroyed me. There's times I get upset. Hey, I'm like everybody. There's times I'm pissed off about life, what has happened. But, you know, I look at it and say, you know what, I wouldn't be in this position without it. So give yourself a little bit of a leash to experience when you're, you know, when you're down. You don't have to be up 100% of the time. MGTOW Outlaw started feeling old when he graduated high school. Yeah, we had to adult back then, right? Maelstrom, limit the booze and sugar, eat little and well, sweat a lot. Quiet your mind. Agreed. Don't mess with substance abuse too much or don't do drugs. It's for the experience, but you know your limits to anything. Yeah, addictions are crazy. Addictions to soda pop, to sugar, to chocolate, to French fries, you know. I've always had a great life. Good for you, brother. Well, you know, what do you attribute it to? Probably internally. Everything starts internal. Rev's in the house. Good to see Rev. Rev's out blazing trails. Seem to have a draw for strawberries at moment. Any ideas? Huddle up. You're interested in strawberries, grapefruit. Good stuff there. Good to have you huddle up. Where are you from? Jeremy, back from England. Guys can improve with age physically. It's all about a clean diet, exercise, and get a decent haircut. My hair is gray. I love being a silver fox. There you go, brother. Do what you can do to keep yourself feeling good. Buying a new t-shirt could do wonders for people that have been wearing the same old junk. Jerron's back. Good to have him. Men defeat the wall by not putting a wall up. Females, babies, and marriage. Well said. El Padrino's back. Good to see you, brother. Jawara's back. Gregory back, but thinking about leaving again. Oh, geez. Good to see Jawara. He's beating the wall with his nice hair. You mentioned how fast the president will age while being in office. Biden is for some serious trouble. Yeah, there you go. Good for you. Walking shows. I mean, walking, I think it does more mentally and emotionally for you just because you're able to see things and feel things and just let your mind wander. Jordan's back in the house. No pain, no gain. I would agree with that. I walk 3 to 4 miles every weekend. Feels great to walk. And if you could do it in nature, even better. Yes, 1 meal a day and hold off, control your hunger by drinking water or green tea or even black coffee with nothing in it, just black coffee. Don't just walk, hike with your light rucksack, prep for the shit hits the fan while maintaining fitness. More swearing during peace equals less bleeding during war. Or more sweating, there you go. Absolutely, brother. Sweat's good for you. Get all those toxins, mental and physical, out of you. Steven Tyler and Joe Perry they do look good. I think Sammy Hagar looks the best, though. But look at Vince Vaughn, right? Or excuse me, Vince Neil. Doesn't look good. Don't get fat. I have no sympathy for anyone who's fat, men and women. If you're a woman and you're fat, that's even worse. Obesity is definitely, out of control. Men overcome the internal wall by waffling. Ghost MGTOW. Love it. Good to see Ghost in the house. Check out Ghost channel. Spot on. Fat ages you big time. Never had a cigarette, and I never will. Me too. Me too, brother. Hey, another excellent rad stream, says Indy. Good to have Indy in the house. Chris Mitchell is back. FJT, our in-house Giga Chad. Greetings. You beat the wall by focusing on yourself, working out, eating healthy, stay away from drama, and not seeking external validation. Well said, brother. Everything's internal. And learning hobbies, learning skills, keeping yourself learning is another way. My grandfather died at almost 104. He never quit learning. He said that was the only way to get through life, is to continue to push yourself, learn a hobby, a skill, an instrument, a language. I noticed in the 90s everyone smoked, and even back then. Why was that? It was way before the big settlement from the tobacco companies is probably why. Then they jacked the prices up by 800% for a pack of cigarettes. Ishi, give a woman 4 aces and a poker hand. She'll turn it down because she'll say, I wanted 5. No, can't argue with that. When a female is young, that's her SMV. When a guy gets older, it's his SMV. Well said, brother. I believe the difference between men and women is that the wall for men is always from the neck up. Well said. Mentally, and for the women, it's from the neck down. I would say from the forehead down. But very well said, brother CJ. Man, I don't know about fasting. I don't see how not taking in nutrition is good for you, but then I've never tried it. Just go research it, brother. Do it. Just work up to it. I think definitely it's great mentally. You eat smaller meals is good. Even doing what they do in Ramadan. They don't eat from sun up to sundown. And by the way, if you have 1 pound of food of fat on your body, that's 1 pound of food. The only way for man is, again, no marriage, no babies, no cohabs. There you go. Billy the Goat, quit grumbling. Be Free Asia. Rad, do you think the desire for revenge is a female emotion? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Anytime you feel anger towards someone, you're in your feminine or beta male. Now, unless you're in war and you're trying to defend your country, that's a different story. So if someone hurts your child or something, that's a different story. But if you want revenge because you're angry at a woman, that's feminine. What was it like with Young Kids for You when they were under 10? It was amazing. Great time. Different problems, but more innocent kids. How do we rightfully mature without aging badly? Like and love yourself. There you go, Matt. Just answered that question. Great. Why go out for a hamburger if you got steak at home? Well, what if your steak has a effing attitude problem? You telling me your steak's got, is it BMW, badly made, BMS, badly made steak? I think it's all mental strength and attitude. Keep the humor, ditch the anger, stay curious, and don't kill the inner kid. Yeah, once that anger, jealousy, all those negative emotions that you feel, they're going to age you quick. Walmart deal sucked, only netted $5,000 in 2 years. Dang, dude. You tell those Waltons to get you better placement in the book section. Depp was that guy in the 80s, could have had any woman he wanted, but chose poor. I hope he learns from his mistakes. I would have dated Robin Wright or Paula Abdul. I can't remember the last time I ate out at a restaurant. I always make my food from scratch. It's much cheaper and much healthier, FJT. Good for you, brother. Learn to cook. That's another thing. Guys, learn to cook. Learn to do things you don't know what to do or how to do. How old did your granddad look when he died? I bet he looked about 90, 85, 90. He didn't look that old. He didn't look 100, almost 104. Oh, you said 290K. Well, that's not too shabby. Unplugging the matrix will defeat the wall for a man because a female will never leave the matrix. Alimony, child support, and false accusations. That's why they love being plugged in. And get out of the matrix. New to the channel, going through the big D, and I don't mean Dallas. Wish I found you sooner, says Ross. Good to have you, brother. Where are you from? Send me an email anytime, rebelagainstdefeat@gmail if you have any challenges. Fasting gives those bursts of high energy. Damn right. 8 out of 10 women are overweight. The average weight of an American woman is 170 pounds now. I eat out a lot, but again, I look for whole food options and don't get the soda and fries. There you go. Red Mind Man is in the house. Good to see you, brother. Rad, can you do a video on nutrition? Damn. Excuse me. I should. I'm probably 85% of my nutrition. I still like a little bit of sugar and Diet Mountain Dew. Don't get all mad at me. I offset it by fasting and exercising and just enjoying it. 90% of all women are too big. Stay off the dating apps. They will drag you down. That's another thing. Mentally, right? Seeking external validation, seeking anything external was going to bring anybody down. Well said. Oh, where was I? Maelstrom. Modern man has to work, learn to cook. Nobody else is going to effing do it. Well said. Red Mind Man broke a 24-hour fast. How do you feel, brother? Sure, you feel great. I just did 18 till today. I'm going 24 till tomorrow at 11:56. User, Germany is on board, bro. Good to have our German brother. Hope all is well. That green ball is, yes, it's my crunch ball. Mysterio. Good for you seeing it. It's all about switching your mindset. The most easiest thing to do, also being different and embracing your difference is stellar. You've separated yourself from 99.8%. I believe what separates us, if we're able to beat the wall, it's mental. Once you're mentally solid, you're not going to self-negative talk yourself. You're not going to believe what other people tell you about yourself. You're going to learn to love yourself. You're going to learn to improve yourself. Everything else will fall in. The spiritual side. Spiritual is all about nature, feeling connected. Don't let your spark die. Absolutely, Billy. Ross, good to have you from St. Paul, Minnesota. I've been there. Thank you, guys. You guys are great in the chat, helping each other out, get through life. Mate, I exercise so I can eat bad stuff. And that's another thing. Guys that are so hardcore, they can't even, all they do is eat protein bars, if they're going to be, whatever, that's fine. But, you got to have moderation. Try to stop eating carbs. Just say, hey, I'm not going to eat any more carbs. It's going to be difficult because you're going to start craving carbs. But if you give yourself, hey, a day or 2 days a week to eat carbs or whatever, great. And then offset it by salads and great fish and lean cuts of steak, what have you. I just bought a hardwood pellet smoker last month. There you go, brothers. Making some good grub. Women eat like crap. A lot of them do because it's easy. I've never been to Dubai. All I've heard about Dubai is the sugar sultans that bring all the people over. Subscribe to Gregory before he leaves again. Fasting and drinking water is a very good habit to have. Jesus did it for 40 days. Worst thing I ever did was accept financial help from my parents when I got my place 10 years ago. My mother has no boundaries coming over. Well, it happens. You know, we all learn from it. Slam, good to have you. Hey, Rad, in front of all the brothers and the odd lurking sister, thanks for making me take the final step and start posting. I'm up for vids and 10 recorded. Oh, let's put his site up. Maelstrom's site. Good for you, brother. Imagine being a man right now in 2022 thinking about getting married. No thanks. Matthew in the chat. Good to have you, brother. You helped me come a long way since I began this journey. You are the guru of men going their own way. Pedro Valentin. Oh, don't. Gracias. But, you know, we're all here to help. Everybody helps each other, right? Female nature knows no age, race, or country. No, it doesn't. The government is the virus. The media is how it spreads. People's behavior is the pandemic. Common sense is the cure. Well said, Jerome. Killing it. Carb loading is for bodybuilding or guys that runners that need to eat, 6 pounds of spaghetti to run a marathon. They're accepting crypto as opposed to most countries trying to control and oppose it or centralize it like Australia. They're going to try to do everything. It's funny, I watched a lot of videos on gold, silver, crypto, assets, and at the end of the day, this is your most valuable asset right here. So we talk a little bit about financial, how we beat the wall, no junk buying, no debt, getting out of debt, minimalistic living, buying quality items, quality cars that don't break down, right? That's one way. Spirituality. We hit the wall by getting out in nature, by connecting with people, by connecting with like-minded people, by pushing ourselves to be, hey, if you guys want to learn how to play guitar, go join a guitar club. Learn from guys that are better than you. You want to learn how to speak Spanish? Throw yourself into a Spanish situation where you don't know how and learn from that. Anything to push yourselves into a better situation. And guess what? Change is difficult. It's uncomfortable, but it's going to make you a much better person in the end. That's why I'm looking to move to a crypto-friendly country. I think El Salvador runs on crypto, but I think they're having issues there. Glad to bring a smile to your face. Glad to have you, brother. More time outside, less time inside, says Be Free. Well said, brother. Also, stay away from negative people. Socialize with people out in nature if you want. I'm noticing a lot of people are becoming more socially awkward. Interacting face-to-face is a skill. It's great that you said that, FJT. I mean, that's also a mental thing, right? People aren't talking anymore. I tell my kids, my boys, I say, and they both work. They both work, but I said, you know what? You're going to have the advantage over the people you're competing for that job if you learn how to talk to people. People cannot talk today. Even there's women that won't even talk on the phone. 45, 50-year-olds that won't talk on the phone. All they do is text or send, whack job stuff like that. It's everywhere. The art of communication is lost. And if you can learn how to deal with it and literally pick the phone up instead of texting, you got a leg up. Call Me Coons in the house. Good to see you, brother. Check out Call Me Coons channel. I set a goal for working out. I joined Planet Fitness today. Awesome, brother. The plan is to do cardio for 30 weights and then finish it off. Very well. Good job for you. And if you get a little, need time, I would focus more on the weights and then the cardio. What's up, buddy? Lumber's still running. Oh, Chris from Canada. You're still busting the lumber. What's it out? What's a sheet of plywood running now? Jim is a great place. Good to have Chris back in the chat. I haven't seen him for a while. A lot of Salvadoran food is fried and delicious, bad on the waist, so you're right. But it's good, though. Puerto Rico. Doesn't Puerto Rico have really good options for people? A lot of crypto folks are running in Puerto Rico. Found myself there back at 18. There you go. Hey, Rad, brother, my best advice is a daily health routine. It's easy to take your time and take care of your health is wealth. Europe. I listened to Cappy Aaron Clary the other day, and he talked about quit chasing money, but chase time. It makes complete sense. We think we have to go and make all this money. No, we just have to learn how to live debt free within our means and be minimalistic. That way, time is the ultimate source of wealth. And if you're unhealthy, you don't have time, right? Good. Well said, Europe. Jason Reed says minimalism, debt free, no stress, which will do a number for your skin as well. If stress stresses everything out, your bodies, your organs, you name it. You will age 10 years in a 2-year time frame if you're always stressed out. It's not going to be easy at 270. I would say, El Padrino, bust out weights and fasting and just do walks. That's what I would tell you. To kill it. Call me Kuhn there, putting out great stuff. Much changing. Crypto is going to be more mainstream, will largely become like fiat, but still the best option. You got to just be diversified in every situation. I'd even be diversified in crypto. I'll be joining a gym soon just to continue maintaining my over body mass. There you go, brother. There's Lisa Smith. Introvert, extrovert, what are you, Rad? I am an extrovert. I have to be on the sales guy. KMK is a good content creator. Call me Kuhn. Yes, he is. We got some great content creator. Chris Mitchell, Father Saunders. I don't know if Jerome's doing that much. Maelstrom, check out Maelstrom. Let's everybody subscribe to his channel. 1 inch is 7-ply Douglas fir, 145. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Damn, how much is that? That's got to raise the house by 50 grand. Expected no less. I've actually only come to Red Pill recently after a great gal flipping on me after several great years. So looking for answers and finding. Well, you didn't do, you know what? That's just what happens. It happens to all of us. And then we learn from it. We say, hey, we understand female nature and we move forward. And we accept it. We accept the betrayal. We accept what has occurred and we move forward. And we get together and we talk about how to improve lives and what we've been through. Matt, Miss Matt. Minimalism is the way to go and no mess to clean up. Well said, brother. Stress kills more than anything on this earth. That's the number one killer right there. The cortisol hormone that Jerome Markel is talking about is, it's a real deal, Holyfield. Control your stress, control your health. Offset everything off with fasting. Thanks for giving us good heads up on the stream scheduling. Thanks for being here, Joara. Drink a gallon of water, exercise daily, meditate, and cut off negative people. That's another thing we should talk about. Everything, we're talking to some of those internal pieces. Removing toxic situations, toxic people from your life is another way. FJT, I agree. A young blonde at the gym told me I have a lot of confidence when talking to her. I said, really? She said, I'm one of the only guys that makes eye contact when speaking with her. I remember I was going out with a gal a couple years ago, and she goes, I really like you because I could care less what she said, but she had called me or she texted me because I never asked them for their number. I always gave them my number. Here's my number. Beat it. And she texted me, and then I called her right away. It went straight to voicemail. I called her back, and she answered it. She's like, you're the only guy that calls. Everybody else texts. So anyhow, regardless, I think people really appreciate verbal communication. Well said, MGTOW. There's Maelstrom's channel. Check it out. Glad you moved forward after divorce and didn't delete. We don't want anyone to delete, that's for sure. Be my first $1 million year and single. 50K of lumber used to frame 10.5. Now it's just over 2. Well, we can learn a lot from Chris. Maybe we should do a live stream with Chris on how he's been successful. Hope they are okay. I'm just ad-libbing, no script. My mom is one of those negative people. A lot of women are like that. A lot of women, especially my mothers and sisters. I know a lot of people that have cut off girls that cut off their sisters. I know of one person. I delete all social media, Instagram, Facebook, and it's a big detox. That's another thing. You don't need all that stress, all that noise. It's digital noise. We want peace, quiet, and freedom. Also, a pet is another way to relieve stress and keeps you away from the wall. There you go. A pet female. These chicks that are mad about MGTOW are starting to realize being a nasty biatch might not be all that attractive to men, says Lisa. Things that make you go, Well, they're realizing, I mean, it's just the whole market's flip-flop. All right, let's see. Just focus on what you can control. Don't live in the past. If you live in the past, you are lost and will achieve nothing. The past does not exist, nor does the future. Let that sink in. Make every day count. Another rad stream. Thank you. Thank you for joining the chat. Thanks, D-Man, for being here and wrenching and posting those content creator sites. You'll be just fine. Two way of defeating the wall is men to maintain your physical health and to deal with women, and women would regret leaving on the table. Stay making the money. Anything that puts yourself first. And I think it all starts mentally. Get yourself right in the head. Learn to love and care about yourself. Learn to love and care about yourself by removing everything toxic out of your life, by having good self-talk. You know, if you're heavy and overweight, say to yourself, every day I'm losing weight. Every day my body is slimming down, right? Tangible things. Text to set a meetup time and you can converse in person. Talk on the phone all the time will come. Yeah, you just talk on the phone. I always like to talk on the phone just to see if they had a man voice or they had a real biatchy voice. I agree. I did the same thing, says Padrino. Also, don't eat too close to bedtime. Give your body time to digest. You ate to avoid weight gain and heartburn. I wouldn't eat after 6, right? That's when you're fasting. I quit eating at typically 11 a.m. to 12 each day, and I go either 22 to 24 hours or more. When you free yourself from social media, you win. Social media, JR, as you mentioned, you win when you get off that crap. The only people that win on social media are the ones that seek attention. Best life from there. Thanks, brother. I am teaching my son about peace, quiet, and freedom. He's only 4, but he says it often. Yeah, and show him peace, quiet, and freedom. Show him minimalism. That's the key. Get him out in nature. I just like to add too much exercise really ages you too. I've got a lot of middle-aged, long-distance endurance types from the extreme. Yeah, you're right. And I don't say do heavy, like massive heavy weights. Just do weights that keep your muscles working. You know, you don't have to lift 250 pounds. It's better to do lower weights just to maintain, especially as you get older. But you're absolutely right. Lifting heavy and going crazy. I see these 35-year-old meatheads and they look like they're 50. So you're absolutely right about that. So just do exercise to make, to get the blood moving, to get your pheromones and all of, your hormones releasing. It also helps with testosterone. I don't know if you guys know this, but deadlifts are wonderful and squats are wonderful for increasing testosterone. I'm game for a stream to help other men. Life skyrocketed a year and a half ago when I became single. Send me an email, rebelagainstdefeat@gmail.com. Let's set something up. I think that'd be good for guys to hear from your experience. Change your mindset. Take to yourself daily that you can do it. It's a marathon, not a sprint. To be patient. You know what? You never eat the whole chocolate bar at once in one bite. You might eat it if you have it all, but you're not going to gobble it down. Well, you might. But you want to take a bite and enjoy that chocolate bar, right? You don't eat an elephant in one bite. You eat it one bite at a time. So you're right. You got to change your mindset. My dinner most days is 30 grams of protein drink, no lactose. After 6, goes on the hips. After 8, gain weight, right? Is that what they say? So that's what I really think. It's everything is a mental game. It's internal, right? It's internal for everything. Men hit the wall when they feel awkward around people. They get that nervousness, jealousy, anxiety. That's not good either. So we have to learn how to communicate, learn how to work with people. And I understand we have a lot of introverts. And you know what? It's just there's one guy, barely good tennis, Wes. he went out, he didn't, he was a little bit challenged meeting people in public, but started going out and doing things and just really getting him out of his comfort zone. And he's increased his, the quality of life by just pushing himself to get out in nature, get out and meet people. Sop, just being on the phone and scrolling through, I realized there's nothing there but the same shit over and over. Good to have you, brother. Where are you from? And I agree with that statement. Good night to you, JR. You want to lift to get your blood moving, energy down. I don't lift heavy. I lift lighter weights and more reps. That's right. Where, that's fine when you're young, but when you get older, you just want to maintain. That's all I'm after. Practice no fat and monk mode from time to time. There you go. I didn't put that on my list. That should be on the physical list. Fasting and no fap. Even dopamine fasting is good. Dopamine, removing yourself from technology, going on a dopamine fast. But I watch too many YouTubes of our group, so it is what it is. Was having a shitty day and listening to this always helps. Emotions are a weird thing, but we have to keep moving in a positive direction, says Jonathan Hernandez. You're welcome. And thanks for saying that. Absolutely. Where are you from? What do you recommend to start with reps? Ask Jerron. Control your biology. There's another way. You get a woman knocked up, or you get, in trouble, you're going to age quick of all that stress. Grow a full beard. Beard helps promote health benefits. Go Shura. How do I believe again? You have to accept where you're at. Simple as that. Accept where you're at today, where you were, and accept that you can be better. You don't have to believe it all at once. Just accept it. I didn't say believe. Just accept where you're at. It's all about reduced stress. Can't get rid of it totally. However, we can deal with it. We can allow it not to be as gigantic as possible. Start slowly but surely. There you go. Illinois. There you go. Another fellow Illinois guy. Oddly enough, once you've been snipped, FAP has little biological drain, or so the science says. Well, something about controlling your biology and your seed does, I believe, bring health benefits. It might, maybe physical, but more mental and emotional. You're able to concentrate on basically diverting your energy from the fapping to something more substantial, like improving yourself, exercise, learning a language, learning an instrument. Orange County, brother. Fullerton or Anaheim. Also, if you play an instrument, that helps with cortisol level, and it's been shown that people who are musically inclined are actually a lot smarter and stress less. Well said, brother. Not going to lie, I deleted my Twitter, Instagram. Good for you. Get rid of all that crap. Acceptance comes as a byproduct. Focus on yourself. Well said. He was here, Andy. I can only think he accidentally blocked you at Outlaw, or Susie is shadowing him. Good evening to Ian. Gerard says, I recommend start slow, 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps. There you go. I'll shoot an email when I get home, says Chris. Yeah, let's check it out. Timmy Kramer, the Forever Bachelor. Look at him. He's defeated the wall. My looks would never sell any movies, but I'm a hillbilly. You are strong and you're mentally good and you don't look your age, that's for sure. So yeah, take a page out of Timmy's playbook. Never got married, never had kids, never cohabitated, goes to San Diego, goes to Mexico, loves to grill and cook, and all of his friends have been married 3 or 4 times, aging like hell. They're financially whacked because they got to pay 3 or 4 wives, and yet he's on the golf course every day. Timmy Kramer, the Forever Bachelors. Your Father Saunders is back. Your GI tract and your bottom have hit the wall. I would, you mentioned that on your stream the other day. And I don't know if it's too late, but after whatever you get your treatment, you might want to start fasting a lot. Rest that GI tract. There's a lot of health benefits for the digestive tract. A lot of people clear up all that crap. So check it out. I can send you some stuff. Time to go work on your car. There you go. Brandon Trueblood back in the house. Good to see you, brother. Apparently you guys are doing a stream tonight. Brandon Trueblood just did a video as well. Check out his channel. DHEA, that's another good thing for guys and getting older, over 35. Start, supplementing some DHEA. It keeps you young. Well, it's a precursor to testosterone. Testosterone has youthful benefits, strength benefits, health benefits. I'm going to laugh at that one, Ian Blades. We back, can't stop and watch like I want to. There you go, brother. Big Town Cowboy back. He's waffling. Fee Fi Fo Fum, my hair, rad man. Good to see the Cowboy. He was on. God, who did you have on last night? You got on, and then I got right when I clicked back in, you were gone. But I was tired, so I had to get some good shut eye. But that's where we're at, guys. I mean, this is how we defeat the wall. The wall is mentally defeated. Beginning. If you mentally can't internally improve yourself, the wall will beat you. The wall will beat you. And we got to quit listening to what people think. Who cares? There's so much delusion and anxiety in the world today that don't accept where they're at. I mean, I could be bitching and moaning all day long and hating on women and women are this, women. I don't hate women. I understand women. Go on Amazon, get the 200 or the 100 milligram. I think you're my age, around my age. Amazon's $18, $19, last you 8 months. Stay off the prawn. There you go, brother. But you know what? I could have. DHEA, I've heard, is restricted in certain countries, in Canada as well. The issue is this: I could have let what I went through, the divorce, the alienation, the betrayal, the accusations, not once but twice, knock me off my game. And then I found channels like this: Big John, Barbosa, Paul Proteus. But I listened to Big John for the most part. Yeah, he was angry. He was laying it down, but that's what I needed to hear in that regards, right? I needed to hear that. But I could have let that defeat me. I could have been talking smack all this day, or gaining weight, drinking my life away, giving all that power to somebody in a certain situation. The situation's gone. There is no more marriage. The divorce has happened. It's over. Now I'm a single man with peace, quiet, and freedom. And I'm the captain of my plane. That's the only reason I ever want to do this channel. Right? I can't remember who does my DHEA. I'll have to just let me know. They're all good. Fabian's in the house. Good to see you. But that's what you can do. I mean, you can either allow those things to pass through your life, go through the rage, process it, accept it, and then decide, hey, you know what? I'm not going to let her or the situation or what I've been through define me. I have a clean slate now. I can go be who I want. Greatest gift I ever had. That's another thing. A mental, to defeat the wall, you literally have to look at life. And even when life served you those bitter plates, those were gifts in disguise. And you won't recognize those gifts until later down the road. My divorce was a gift. My marriage was a gift. My divorce was a gift. Understanding and finding out what happened to me by being married to her. And again, I'm responsible and I accept and take accountability for my role in the marriage and the divorce. But I'm saying I learned about female nature. I learned about myself. I improved myself. I was able to do, I've traveled to eight different, 4 countries, 8 times in the last 4 years. Wouldn't have been able to do that. Done the things I've wanted to do. Red My Man, Big John was my intro as well. Good for you, brother. Jawara, glad Rad wasn't defeated. Appreciate that. He was a good dude, man. I watched his Prepared Mind. Just look up DHEA on YouTube. It's a precursor to testosterone. The wall for us women is inevitable, and I would take that, El Padrino. But for men, it's voluntary. I think that's what you're saying about men in the wall. Yeah, well said, Lisa. It's voluntary, and we age differently. That's how God created us, and it is voluntary if we get defeated, because there's a lot of things we could do. And this whole idea that you got to look a certain way, guys. I've been bald since I was in high school, my senior year. I didn't let it affect me. And a lot of people, they have to look a certain way and be a certain height and a certain skin tone and this and that. That's bullshit for me. I've seen, and a lot of my friends, genetics appeals to a significant portion of the modern female woman, but not all. Go on Amazon, get the recommended Amazon bestseller. It helps. It's really good. It'll help as well in weight loss. We are captains, master of our own lives. Damn right we are. And we have to remember that. I think women can stay young by accepting aging like most men do and keeping a young attitude. I think women that are feminine, that want to be a co-pilot, that like to be around the men, that appreciate the men, that love the men, that want to take care of their men, and that smile. And they do it because they truly want to. Those are the women that don't age as quick as most women. Women that are confident in their looks. They're confident in their femininity. And they want to serve their man because that's what they want to do. Those are the women that don't age as fast. I did not hear about that, MGTOW Cowboy. Interesting. We're living in very interesting times, guys. The Skittles movement is coming out like nobody's business. We're going to see some whacked out stuff. I will take a smile on a woman anytime. A nice smile, a nice voice. Good night, El Padrino. Those are the things that are going to help with its mental state is everything. The wall for a female is her looks fading as she gets older. The wall for the male is a female. Remember, the Bible warns men against the female, not the other way. Well said, Jerome. Let's go. Brandon's in the house. I find it easier to get over my divorce by simply letting her go. Don't try to hold on to someone who doesn't want you. I wish my ex-wife all the happiness in the world. And that's the key. I mean, if you get to that point and just realize, you know what? That person that you married no longer exists, nor do you exist. It's over. The chapter has closed. You already know what was in the chapter. Juan says, we need to embrace our arriving at old age. I'm embracing my pepper-colored beard with a smile. There you go, brother. It's acceptance. Again, we talked about that, right? Accepting where you're at, accepting where you want to be, accepting where you've come from. Realtor advice from their in-house realtor: don't buy a house in the market. Wait till that and the interest rates, man. Way to listen to Timmy. He knows what he's talking about. Rad, how does your height and hair affect your chances with women? A lot of black pill guys say life is over if you don't have. You know what? Every gal, I've never really been slated. The one gal did say, I because I wasn't 6 foot, she wouldn't hang out. Like, go, big deal. She's probably still alone. Lisa Smith's parents, good father figure. Anonymous 101, don't play the game, focus on yourself. That's right, brother. Same goes for women. Masculine overvalue right now, far too bullish. Women don't like what the Bible says about them. Well, you got to go back to Adam and Eve, especially Eve. Check out Red Mind Man's, check out MGTOW Cowboys channel. Red Pill Daniels RPD says, go on a raw vegan diet. I think there's value in whole food that hasn't been destroyed through boiling or cooking. Buying now would be foolish. It's insane out there. Wait it out for sure. I can't control my height. I just read something. We talked about a guy that was in this chat a while back. He's getting leg lengthening surgery, which takes about a year to recover from it. it puts you 3 inches taller. Guys, if you're like that, that's not good, because once you're tall, then you're going to want something else done. Then you're going to get pectoral implants, butt implants, bicep implants. It doesn't end when you continually try to externally fix everything. And this happens with women. You can't fix it all. You have to accept where you're at. Now, you can look better, you can exercise, you can get your body naturally getting better, you can smile more, right? Oh no. Hey, whatever makes you happy, right? There are vegans out. I like meat. I think my teeth are built for meat. Look at that. I got fangs. Those are flesh-eating meat. Now, is all the meat out there great? No, there's a lot of processed factory farm meat shot up with hormone. Look for quality meats, quality cuts, hopefully grass-fed. But they're more expensive. Don't do leg bone lengthening procedures. Heck no. Guys, just own up. There's a guy at the gym that I go with. He's probably 5'5". He's probably 220 pounds, that much muscle. The guy is gigantic. He's balding. He's probably 4 or 5 years older than me. But he's owning it. You know, good for him. It's all about confidence and attitude. Well said. I have short mates, and the ones with the sack on them do well. Sack is I think we say the same thing here, brother. People in their 20, 30, 40 age faster because of the diet. I think physical diet is very important, but I think your mental diet is even more important. I want to become a dolphin. Dolphin-plasty. Do you identify as a dolphin, Cowboy? Cowboy, you spilled your drink because you were waffling. Cowboy is vegan. I was curious because most of my buddies under 6 foot that didn't have looks, chisel a jaw, a Chad face, most of them didn't have trouble getting girls. Well, and you're going to see that. Those women that only look at looks. Yeah. I'll never be truly ripped or shredded. I'm definitely not overweight. That's my goal. You know, just to even maintain these 6-pack abs, it is so difficult. You eat one morsel of salt and then you just gain like 3 inches. It's so difficult to maintain that look. Most of those types of guys are the ones who skipped the red pill and went straight to the abyss, says Siap. Or just not adding fruits and vegetables. No, heavy greens, broccolis, artichokes, or not Brussels sprouts, good stuff. I love me a good salad with a bunch of weeds and every possible vegetable. Fabian says grilled meat. Grilled meat is delicious. All you guys rock. Mile High Ronin in the house. Good to have you, brother. Let's see what we got. I see this. Jerome says, I may have to go get 2 more steak burritos later this week. There you go. A lot easier to get women. You speak to them. You know? I would agree with that statement if they are able to speak back. Nothing, in my opinion, touches fresh venison meat. There's some good stuff. I like me a nice piece of salmon, too. A lot of them troll my channel. If they took that energy and worked on themselves, they would have gotten laid by now. Well, that's a thing. They're looking at the external validation and externalizing all of their internal issues is not helping them. I wish they come to channels where people want to improve. Eating a lot of grains will put weight on you. Well said. When they introduced bread back in the Egyptian days, apparently the lifespan decreased significantly based on grains. One of the most important things to do after a divorce is stay single. When you are heartbroken, your vibration is low. Well said. You'll attract the same and you have the risk of being ensnared by a narcissist. Absolutely. That's why they say take a year off to just think, be with yourself. Timmy Kramer, Brussels sprouts on the barbecue with, ooh, I'm a big fan of grilled Brussels sprouts with that Johnny seasoning. A little bit of cheese maybe. Smell. It's about maintenance and being consistent. That's the thing, man. That's the thing. True. Many a dream girl ruined by her speaking. And mouthing off. Mr. Valorum, good to see you. Deer chili, deer tacos. I love deer jerky as well. Don't forget that, McDowell. 2000 barbecue broccoli and cauliflower. There you go. No grease in that, right? Imagine being ensnared by Amber Heard or Meghan Markle. Guys, the peace sleeve has a magical power over men. You have to think with your normal brain, not your pea brain. I never got any notification as usual. Dang. I know I did it, I don't know, around noon, I think. Deep fried breaded okra dipped in ranch or blue cheese. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with a little deep fried every now and again. Grilled Brussels sprouts and grilled asparagus. You guys are making me hungry even though I'm fasting, but I'll make it through. My dad remarried almost immediately after getting divorced. And what happened? Did it work? All right, what do we got? Brad, I have a friend of mine who eats deer meat. He gets about 40 a year. Deer and elk steaks. Oh, there ain't nothing better than elk steaks. Fried okra. Maybe Brandon and MGTOW can do a video on frying up some deep fried okra. Scotty Side, you come out to Utah anytime, brother. I'm going to try and make it out to Beaverton, see my folks in this summer. I'll have to meet up at Beaverton Subs or what's the other one? Stanford's. Stanford says great onion rings. Fasting and dry fasting is beneficial. Yes, huge fan of dry fasting. 1 day of dry fasting equivalent to 3 days of water fast. But you guys have been great tonight. I'm going to take a couple more and then I'm going to get out. I've talked to some of them years ago. Most of them didn't look that bad. They're very socially awkward, of rejection. Oh, yeah. They can't talk to women. And they give all their power away to women and men that are better looking. It's so weird. They're actually more feminine than most guys. Gas prices are making me fast. There you go. That Herd Depp case is fake. I would agree with that statement. And they're dragging it out. Salad with red onions and beans. Ooh, love that stuff. You got to try elk steak, MGTOW. Very good. Very lean. It's like the buffalo of that. It reminds me a lot of really good buffalo steak. Did you guys ever try quail? I have not. If you come up here, hit me up. Oh, absolutely. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Remember, you defeat the wall when you internally and mentally work on yourself. And that's the key. Everything else will follow. Look at John Boston says, women my age that I knew in high school now are all divorced and wonder where all the good men went. There you go. You guys have been great. And Moose Meat, that was great too. Rebellions defeat, chase excellence, masculinity, men first.